going on, fellas? Don't mind the messy workbench. This is just a cleaning that it doesn't look this dirty in person. What the? I'm gonna have to get some scotch tape. At any rate, it's clean, it looks dirty. Today, we are going to be discussing this knife. The TwoSun TS 16. It is a night morning design, and it is G10, D2, liner lock, bearings, and it's a flipper. Initial impressions of this, I bought this in hopes that it was going to be on the larger side, and it is. Even for my big hands, it may not look like it's a very large knife, but it's a larger than what I've gotten previously with TwoSun. Here's a paramilitary 2, roughly the same size lengthwise, a little bit thicker. That pocket clip doesn't help. We'll talk about that monstrosity in a minute. What's another one that we can throw in there? An Endura. It's almost as long as the Endura is, body-wise. A lot less tall profile-wise. The action on this thing's really smooth. It's not a bad action at all. It's got ceramic bearings, and it has a ceramic detent as well. The blade stock on it is rather thick, and it's fairly well centered for what it is. There's not a whole lot of room in there to not be centered, but the action on it is wonderful. It's got a great detent, pops open. That was a very gentle opening, and it closes really nice. And I played with this thing all night. I work nights, and I just had a 14-hour shift, and I flipped this thing all night to the point where I actually loosened the pivot. So I'm gonna have to take this apart and put some of the old trusty on there. But yeah, the action is great. Snaps open. Decent lockup. What, 40%ish, roughly? Yeah. And to be pretty much drop shut. I'm sure after I mess with it for a week or so, it'll get even better. But man, what a smooth, buttery smooth action. The flipper tab on it, it's not terribly big, but it's got a good little bit of jimping on there, so it makes it really easy. It's not too small, not too big, doesn't get in the way in your pocket. I really like it overall as far as opening and closing. Really super smooth. One thing I don't like about it is their pocket clip that comes on all of their G10 ones, or their non-titanium ones. You know, they're lesser models. And this is one of a couple knives that I've gotten recently that I scored off eBay. I think I paid $34 or $35 for this thing shipped. So I don't complain. I shouldn't complain, and I keep telling myself that. How can you possibly complain about a $35 knife that has got ceramic bearings and D2 that tests out with the proper HRC? I really can't, but I got to give you an honest review of it and tell you about it. So all in all, I like it. It's comfortable in the hand, even for my big hands. There's a place for every finger to land. Feels locked in, and these scales, this G10, super wild texture. I don't know if it's gonna come through. Come on, focus. Yeah, I mean, you can see the ridges in that thing. Super grippy. You're not losing this thing, even if your hands are wet and nasty. This would be a great knife to take out in the woods, or take out fishing, or just it's a user. It's definitely a user with this. What it is not is pocket friendly. This thing is dadgum 40 grit sandpaper. When you pull it, you're gonna see this. Hang on one second. These are my work pants, so don't mind them. This pocket did not look like this yesterday. It did not. This knife has shredded that pocket. So I always try and find an upside to everything. The upside to that is it's going to be really hard to lose it. The downside is it's going to destroy your pockets. So I don't know. It's a toss-up. What I'm probably going to end up doing, because I'm going to keep, this is a keeper. I get a lot of knives that I see and I'm like, oh man, I really want that. And it gets here and I'm like, I don't know if I really like this. This is a keeper. I really do enjoy this knife. I'm going to take it apart, get their TwoSun Shmoo out of it, because it comes in their packaging full of their nasty oil. It reeks. I'm going to take it apart and put my favorite pivot lube in there for bearings. This synthetic super lube. I like it. Everybody swears by knife pivot lube. I don't care. I use that. I like it. At any rate, and what I'll probably end up doing is I got to do something about that horrendous pocket clip, because that thing just yeah, right there, digs in horrible. But I'm going to take that pocket clip off, figure something out with that. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe hammer this end down, flatten it out some more. I don't know. I'll figure something out with that. But while it's off, I'm probably gonna sand this contact area down. At least knock the ridges down and smooth it out, just so it's not so gnarly going in and out of pocket. There's a nice G10 backspacer. I like the lines. I love how you can see the layers. It's pretty neat. Is that G10? Is that micarta? Have I been saying the wrong thing? I'm gonna have to look that up. Don't hold me to it. I'm not a rocket surgeon. But I do like that backspacer. It's pretty neat. Comes with a little lanyard hole, which looks rather flimsy. I bet I could probably snap that off in no time. Standard TwoSun hardware, Torx. Yeah, the action's pretty sweet. I like it. That's some, I don't think that's etched. That's machined in, because that's on there. Oh yeah, that's in there. You can feel that. But yeah, really aggressive. I don't know. This is a keeper. This is a keeper. Let's see it next to an open PM2. Don't mind the dirty blade. I just oiled it. Yeah, it's bigger. Is it bigger than an Endura? Probably not. Massive. Yeah. Come on, thumbs. It's about the same dang size. Huh. And it's way beefier. Huh. Yeah, she's a keeper. Can't wait to see how this, how this action loosens up even more. It's already essentially dropped shut. Yeah, before we go, nitpicking thing. It's not really a nitpicking thing. This is actually kind of a big deal. The liner lock release is extremely hard to get to, and it's not jimped at all. It is almost flush. You gotta, I don't know if you can see, yeah, my thumb is chewed up. All that's from digging at this all night. I've probably opened and closed this thing 500-600 times. It's like my little fidget spinner. But yeah, you gotta dig in there to get that. You don't have to move it very far, but you gotta get in there to get it. I think they could have done a little bit better with that. I mean, it's barely sticks up proud. That's about it. That's about it for gripes. Overall, cool knife. You can score this thing on eBay for under 40 bucks shipped. It took, I ordered June 20th. I ordered this June 20th. And it showed up yesterday morning. What was yesterday morning? The 2nd of July. So, I mean, 2 weeks, maybe, week and a half, 2 weeks, depending upon where you live. Awesome knife. If you like D2 and you like beefy knives, this is one you should definitely look into getting. Definitely, definitely. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.